Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast, brought to you by DirecTV, 1-800-259-7646. Also brought to you by RVWheelator.com. If you're buying an RV or selling an RV, check out RVWheelator.com and the Dollar Shave Club. Here's John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. Welcome to September. Can you believe it's September?
I cannot believe it's September.
Well, you better believe it because it is September. The end of the year will be here before you know it. Get out there and get your Christmas shopping done today. Well, maybe not today.
No, I don't think we need to work on Christmas shopping.
Hey, coming up later in the program, we have Tuesdays with Charlie. That's something we do every Tuesday. We call my father-in-law and talk to him about nonsense just because we can. It's a lot of fun.
It
If
is
you've not
a lot
yet
of
had
fun.
a chance, be sure to stick around and listen to that. It is a whole bunch of fun. And what's new? How about a giant omelet from Emu Eggs? Would you eat an emu egg omelet?
I definitely would not.
Well, Ann Merkel sells huge green emu eggs at her table at the Lawrence, Kansas Farmers Market. The eggs go for $4 each. They weigh up to 2 pounds, and they're equivalent of about a dozen chicken eggs. She has 8 pairs of breeding birds on her Sundance Emu Ranch. Her husband, Bill, is especially fond of scrambled emu eggs, but he tells the Journal World newspaper 1 egg is enough for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So if you're hungry, maybe have an emu egg. Never had one. I never really even thought about that before, but it sounds very interesting. If you've had one, you have to let me know if they're good. Coming up, we're going to talk about bird lovers, and they're happy to see Grumpy. We'll tell you who Grumpy is. That's on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. Get razors for $1 a month, plus a few bucks shipping, so you can enjoy fresh razors every month for as little as $3. Learn more at dollarshaveclub.com/radio.
Some Maryland bird lovers are happy to see Grumpy. You know who Grumpy is, Heidi?
Grumpy was a Care Bear.
No.
Yes, he was.
Was there really a Grumpy Care Bear?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was one of the 7 dwarfs.
He was one
Grumpy.
of the 7 dwarves as well.
He's also a swan, a mute swan, who lives in a doghouse by Carroll County Pond. The big bird is an unofficial mascot of the local Humane Society. Staffers were worried about Grumpy when he disappeared a month ago.
Aww.
This week, Grumpy came home. Dirty, but unharmed. Society Executive Director Nikki Ratliff says Grumpy swam across the pond when they called his name. The bird is called Grumpy because his former owner said that he did not get along with other swans. So, there you go. He's a grumpy swan. Speaking of grumpy, we have Tuesdays with Charlie coming up later. I'm just kidding. He's not usually grumpy. As a matter of fact, I've known the guy for 16 years. I don't think I've ever met him, seen him in a grumpy mood ever. Is he ever in grumpy moods?
Oh,
only when you play Monopoly?
Only when you play Monopoly.
I was told about a time a board flew across the room.
Yeah, that was an ugly incident.
Well, coming up, we're going to talk about a fun story that you won't believe, but you have to because you're going to hear it on the radio. It's on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by RVWheelator.com. If you want to buy or sell an RV, go to RVWheelator.com. List your RV for free. Learn more at RVWheelator.com.
You know it's true because you heard it on the radio. Take a listen to this. How dedicated of a son do you have? A 32-year-old man in India is just over halfway through his 17-year pilgrimage, carrying his elderly mother on his back from their home to a holy Hindu city for a festival. He walks a couple of miles every day, and then they rest in temples at night. In a recent interview, he told a reporter that he doesn't mind carrying his mother on his back instead of driving to the festival in a car. 17-year pilgrimage.
What?
He's 32, and apparently they plan very far ahead because if it's taken 17 years to get there...
I can say without a doubt that my son would not do that for me.
I know he wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that either. I love my mother, but I'm not going to put her on my back and carry her for 17 years.
I can barely get my son to carry his shoes upstairs.
Or his laundry to the laundry room. So this is going on right now over in India. They're taking a trip to a Hindu city for a festival. Again, it's a 32-year-old man carrying his mother on his back. It's a 17-year pilgrimage.
Wow.
Which I think, it's amazing that he's doing this. It is, but I'm like, guys, there's a much easier way to do that. You could get on a bus. You could get, he could spend one day working enough to make up bus fare.
I mean, a
the trip
pilgrimage,
is part of it?
Yeah, that's
could
a
be.
thing, right? I mean, it's like part of the
must be.
experience.
I've never been to a festival there, so I don't know how that works, but apparently they plan it 17 years in advance. How much would it stink
well,
if
maybe
it was
they've
like...
missed 17 years of this festival.
How much would it stink if they got there and like Vacation movie, the original one, they
It's
get there and it's
closed.
closed for renovations or whatever.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
Like Wally World was in the original Vacation movie. That would stink. We're finally here. Yeah, that we quit doing those 15 years ago.
Wow.
All right. You know it's true because you heard it on the radio.
The John and Heidi Show is brought to you in part by the Keystone Treatment Center.
This is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs. We share silly stories here on the program, but addiction is no joke. If you or someone you know suffers with an addiction to drugs or alcohol, make today the day you seek help.
Call toll-free 844-204-1055.
That's a toll-free number. Again?
844-204-1055.
And this is your brain on drugs. Something smelled rotten when Michael Hansky showed up to court to fight a drunk driving charge. Authorities said it was the booze on his breath. Yeah. The judge stopped the hearing and ordered him to do a field sobriety test right there in court.
Oh, my gosh.
Everyone smelled him, said District Attorney Nancy Vernon. The breath test indicated that he was drunk. Blood alcohol content more than 3 times the state limit.
Oh my
While he was in
gosh.
court, mind you, for a drunk driving charge. Well, that didn't work so well. Police said he suddenly stopped his car, setting off a chain reaction of other vehicles. This is why he was there in the first place. Caused all kinds of problems. He refused to take a field sobriety test that day, later took a blood test, which indicated that he was drunk. Now, in court, he was drunk again.
Oh, my gosh.
So
Yeah, he might need more than just his license revoked. That guy might need some help.
Yeah, and it's really sad. If you've got somebody that, has an issue like that, seek help, find help. And like I said, we're certainly not here trying to make fun of people, but we're trying to shine the light on the fact that there are other options than doing things this way. And if you feel like maybe, hey, you know what, that could have been me, maybe it's time to seek some help. There are people out there that do want to help. And if you don't get the help, we might make fun of you because this is your brain on drugs.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Keystone Treatment Center. Addiction is no laughing matter. Call Keystone Treatment Center toll-free at 1-844-204-1055.
Now, your moment of duh. Do we really have to remind you it's not a good idea to smoke while you're pumping gas?
No.
Why would we need to tell people this? But at a racetrack station, that's the name of their that's the name of their gas station near the University of Central Florida. A woman
This is
was
not going to end well.
injured after starting a fire because she was smoking while she was filling her car with gas. Flames burned the gas pump and set her car on fire. Guess she didn't see the giant sign that said no smoking, or maybe she just didn't know that gas was flammable. I don't know. Get this, for some reason, police said the woman would not be ticketed for the incident, but maybe they thought she'd been punished enough. I don't know.
Probably.
She
Did
not
she
get a
get
ticket.
hurt?
She was burned a little bit, and her car was destroyed, and the gas pump was destroyed. So, but I think that she should have gotten a ticket anyway, shouldn't she? Because the gas station, I don't know. Maybe she should have to pay for the repair.
Well, she'll
to the,
probably have to. They'll probably
You'd hope
come after
so.
her for that,
I
for
don't know.
sure.
It's
But
kinda crazy.
I mean, why give her a?
Hey, just in case you don't know, gas is flammable. Don't smoke while pumping gas. There you go. John and Heidi's service tip from the day. Coming up, we also have another service tip for the day. We have Tuesdays with Charlie on the way here in a bit, and your scoop of the day is coming up next.
The Scoop of the Day is brought to you by Wells Blue Bunny. If you want delicious ice cream, be sure to look for the Blue Bunny. Sure to have your favorite flavors. Learn more at bluebunny.com.
Now, your scoop of the day. The IRS admitted that identity thieves have breached their database and stole information on 300,000 taxpayers.
Nice.
Joke's on them. We haven't paid our taxes yet. Maybe that's not good either. Hey, prepare to battle the most traffic we've ever seen in 6 years on Labor Day. According to the AAA, 34.7 million cars will be traveling 50 miles or more. That's the highest since 2008, since the recession hit. So a lot of folks
We're not going anywhere
We're not?
for Labor Day.
Going to
Are
buckle
we?
up and stay. I don't know. Maybe we need to go somewhere to be on the list. I'd be okay staying home. Hey, a mountain biker in New Mexico who was impaled in the neck by a tree branch,
my gosh.
managed to avoid serious injury even after riding his bike 20 miles to the nearest hospital.
Oh, my God.
He suffered the injury when he fell off his bike and was impaled in the neck with a branch. Despite the painful injury, the biker managed to get into a car and ride 20 miles to the University of New Mexico for treatment. Yikes.
Yeah, this is why I don't ride bikes.
I wonder if that was
so dangerous
branch clinic that he went to.
Oh, my goodness. That was so lame.
I know. Hey, on Tuesday,
No.
I don't even doubt that. On Tuesday, Jenny Simpson ran the final 600 meters. This would have been last week, apparently, of the 1,500-meter finals at the IIAAF World Championship in Beijing without a shoe. Whatever that stands for, I don't know. It's not in here. But her heel got caught on another runner, and it fell off. She kept running, and Simpson crossed the finish line for the 11th place with only one shoe.
Wow. That's
awesome.
pretty impressive.
Yeah, and she kept running instead of stopping and putting on her shoe and then taking off again. The Congressional Budget Office released a report that said taxing people based on how many miles they drive is a possible option for raising new revenue.
Where is this?
These taxes could be used to offset the cost of highway maintenance at a time when federal funds are short. This is the Congressional Budget Office, where they're saying, hey, we keep spending money crazily. We need more.
We need to find ways to take more money from more people.
Maybe what we do is tax people even more. How about
That's
you?
ridiculous.
Trim down what you're spending. There's another idea.
Does income carry into that? Because what if... Here's what bothers me. There are people who make little or nothing, so they pay no taxes. But what if they're the ones driving the greatest distance? Do they still get taxed as well?
Yeah, it would be based on probably a tax on gas, most likely.
Huh.
So, moving on. If you want to reduce the effects of global warming, stop working so hard. Working fewer hours might help slow the global warming, according to a new study. Wait a minute. I thought they said global warming didn't happen. It was global cooling.
Good Lord.
Isn't it now global climate change? Whatever they call it.
Well, it's certainly not global warming in this area.
Yeah, they say here, a new study released by the Center for Economic Policy and Research, a worldwide switch to more European work schedules, which includes working fewer hours and having more vacation time, could prevent as much as half of the expected global temperature rise by 2100.
I am all for fewer hours and more vacation
time. According to the analysis, which used a study that found shorter work hours could be associated with lower carbon emissions. Here's the problem that you guys are not thinking. You're going, okay, well, now they're not going to be driving to work as much. They're going to spend less gas. No, we're going to be out enjoying ourselves. We're going to spend more gas.
They're still, because now
what
you're
do you think
traveling.
we're going to do? Sit home and just
you're
count the
jump on
pickets
an
on the
airplane,
fence?
and then you're using jet fuel. And
So I'm not going to disagree with their study. I'm just going to say that they're morons. That's all. Hey, scientists are increasingly warning that sitting for a long period of time, even if you also exercise regularly, could be bad for you. It doesn't matter if the sitting takes place at the office, at a school, or in front of a TV or a computer, or even in a car. Overall number of hours sitting can actually hurt you. So get up and walk around once in a while. New parents who don't have enough to obsess over can now give an IQ test to their 6-month-old baby.
Oh, good Lord.
Fisher-Price said child expert Dorothy Einen created a 10-question test to determine how smart your baby is. They can do the intellectual development by their reaction to things like being fed, dropping a teddy bear, playing This Little Piggy, enjoying nursery rhymes, playing with toy phones, performing pat a cake, and hearing their name and waving goodbye. So if you think you got a little genius on your hands, you might want to try this 10-question test. I'd like to do that one. I bet I could ace that sucker.
I bet you probably could.
Now let's move on to our strange law. In Florida, an unmarried woman who parachutes on Sundays could be arrested and sent to jail.
Oh.
Yeah,
why?
That's in Florida. Unmarried women cannot parachute on Sundays. That's why.
Okay.
That's the law. What a bizarre law.
But a married woman can?
Apparently they can. All right, that's going to do it for your strange law. And this has been your Scoop of the Day. Tuesdays with Charlie is on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by RoughToughKennels.com. Dog kennels and accessories sent to your front door wherever you live. Your dog deserves it. Learn more at RoughToughKennels.com.
Time now for my favorite program, something we do every Tuesday just because we can. We pick up the phone and call my father-in-law for a little segment we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
How you doing, Charlie?
Well, I'm doing fine. Thank you very much.
Well, it's always good to chat with you. What kind of stuff are we going to learn about today?
I don't know. Let's start with this one here. Now, in the United States, mail-order marriages are less likely to end in divorce than marriages overall.
No kidding. So a mail-order marriage has a better chance at making it than a regular marriage?
That is correct.
It's probably because of that nasty return policy.
It's it's hard to put a stamp on them. Send them back.
Well, that's good to know.
Then did you know that while men see the average woman as average looking, women see the average man as below average?
I wouldn't doubt that. You know why, Charlie?
Why's that?
Most men are below average.
That's true.
I was going to say something, but that's all right.
I'll take credit for that. I am below average, yes.
We'll let that slide. Hey, then did you know that the entire town of Whittier, Alaska, lives in a single condo?
No kidding?
Yep, there's 200 residents, and they never need to leave home to go to the school, grocery store, or post office.
So their entire town is all in one building?
One building, and I've seen it on the internet.
That's kind of cool.
They got everything they need. They don't even have to go outside.
Huh.
There's no way.
Yeah, pull it up. And if I'm wrong, you can beat me with a stick. It's pretty cool building. It really is. I've seen it.
I will definitely go and look that up.
Okay, then the Japanese aren't too bright.
Why is that?
They tried to mate a pair of hyenas for 4 years before realizing both of them were male.
These hyenas are not mating. What's the problem? Well, they're both boy hyenas.
They wouldn't do a thing.
Oh my gosh.
We got vegetarians in our family, don't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Your granddaughters are vegetarians. You got 2 of them.
Well, that was clear out there in the weird part of the country. Did you know that 84% of vegetarians go back to eating meat?
I wouldn't doubt that. You know
Of
why?
course.
Meat is delicious.
Yes. Why would you want to chew on grass all your life?
Exactly.
I consider myself partial vegetarian. You know why?
You are not.
I am too, because I eat cows and they're vegetarians. So I'm partially vegetarian.
Hey, that's a good. I like that. This meat must be good for you because it comes from grass.
So I'm a second generation vegetarian that way. See?
Hey. There you go. Hey, you drink bottled water.
I do. I love bottled water.
You ever look at the expiration date on it?
No, but I have seen that they have expiration dates.
Water expires?
I've had some that was expired and it tasted really dirty. Like when I was drinking it, the water tasted funky, and I looked and it had expired 2 years before that.
You know what? That's not for the water. It's for the bottle.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So the bottle itself probably leaches something into the water, doesn't it?
I would imagine after sitting around in the sun for 2 years or whatever.
Yeah, I'll bet that is what. Well, it didn't taste good. I did not finish the bottle of water.
Ooh. Hey, then I got one last thing for you.
All right, what's that?
There is a Buddhist temple in Thailand made of over 1.5 million empty beer cans.
No kidding.
Now, I would join that congregation. I would join that because they must have drank it all and said, hey, let's build something.
You would join the congregation if you could go celebrate inside beer cans?
Well, yeah, anybody that makes a temple out of beer cans can't be all bad.
I would have to agree with that.
I said empty beer cans, not full ones.
Okay. I suppose if it was full beer cans, you wouldn't get around to worshiping. You'd all be drinking anyway.
They probably sit around and say, hey, we need another case of beer to put in a window. Here, everybody drink it.
Passing the collection plate, looking for beers.
There you go. No money, just beer.
Well, are you ready for your question today?
You got one for me?
And you got a 50-50 chance on this.
Ooh, I like this.
So you got pretty good odds. Which lung takes in more air, the right lung or the left lung?
That's an easy one, the right one.
You were wrong. So it was the left lung. You chose the right lung, which was the wrong lung. It was the left lung. It says the left lung takes in more air.
I want to see that because I think you're wrong.
All right. Well, here's the thing you could do: just turn around, and now it is right. If you turn around, then it's your left lung. It becomes your right lung. Hey, if you've got a good question for Charlie, you can send it to us. Send it to charlie@johnandheidishow.com. charlie@johnandheidishow.com, and then we'll ask your question for next week. Charlie, always fun to chat with you. Thank you so much for visiting with us today.
I'll be here next week.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye.
My father-in-law right there, we talk to him every Tuesday just because we can with a little show we like to call Tuesdays with Charlie.
This portion of the program is brought to you by carsforsale.com. If you're in the market to buy a car, truck, or van, find thousands of vehicles to choose from at carsforsale.com.
Today is a very special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
Thought you'd never ask. I got to dive right in. It's Tuesday, the first day of September. Today is Chicken Boys Day. I'm not sure what that means.
Chicken Boys.
Chicken Boys Day. It's also Building and Coding Staff Appreciation Day. So people who build and building codes and whatever.
That's nice. I have a friend that does that.
That does like building codes or building?
billing. Oh, I thought you said billing and codes.
No, building and code
I thought you meant
staff.
like hospital billing and stuff.
Maybe it's supposed to be billing and codes. I don't know. I'm going to appreciate both of them. It's also
Appreciate everybody.
calendar adjustment day, Emma M. Nut Day, top tip executive toy test day.
Who's Emma Nut?
I don't know. Emma M. Nut, to be exact. International Day of Awareness of the Dolphins of Taji, Save the Japanese Dolphins Day, and National No Rhyme, No Reason Day. A lot of stuff going on. I'm going to celebrate. I don't exactly know how. None of those really sound like fun. I'm going to save a dolphin today by not killing a dolphin today. I give my solemn oath I will not kill a dolphin today. I've never killed a dolphin any other day, but I'm going to make that solemn oath today. Coming up, we have surefire tips for smoother school days. That's on the way. And today is a special day. Get out and celebrate on this Tuesday, the first day of September.
This portion of the program is brought to you by StoneGroupArchitects.com. It's more than a building. It's design and function working together. Check out the project portfolio at StoneGroupArchitects.com.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Heidi has not been all that chatty today because she's been on our Facebook page inviting her friends to like our page. I'm going to invite you to like our page too. And think how simple and easy this one's going to be instead of all the clicking that you've been doing.
I know.
Hey, like our Facebook page.
I'm sorry.
Facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. There you go. Do that. Hey, surefire tips for smoother school days. First of all, start your day the night before. Prepare snacks and clothes and all of that stuff. Get everything ready to go before the day instead of rushing around in the morning. Another one, wake up earlier. Give yourself and your child some extra time in the morning. 15 minutes is the trick. So just set your alarm 15 minutes earlier because most people are only running about 10 to 15 minutes behind. Now, if you're an hour behind, set your clock an hour earlier. Now, another one is send only teacher-approved items to school. Don't send your kid to school with things they're not supposed to bring. It's going to make it easier if you want smoother school days to send the right things there. Next, create a special drop-off ritual. Come up with a memorable way to say goodbye. A lipstick kiss on the hand, a secret handshake, a special phrase you create with your child, something to make drop-off and pick-up special. We did that with our kids. We would stop, we'd get out of the vehicle, we'd give them a giant embrace and a kiss on the side of the cheek and send them on the way. And they're like, I don't know why everybody in this school hates me. I'm kidding. We didn't do any of that. But I do see when people would pull up and they would, you're in the drop-off lane and they'd park and they'd get out and they'd do all that stuff. I'm like, this is the drop-off lane. If you want to park in the parking lot.
I know, it drives you crazy. It's like Mr. Mom.
It would drive me nuts. Set aside after-school downtime. Some children experience a meltdown at the end of the day. Set aside some time to just do something fun. Next, make dinner time family time. Whenever possible, eat together as a family. That really is a good thing.
That is very important. We try to do that every
We do it all the time.
Yeah.
Surefire tips for smoother school days. Another thing, as kids are heading back to school this time of year, wherever you happen to live, they're either back already or they're going back soon. Follow the school's rules. Teachers count on family support to support the classroom rules. Whatever those rules are, please follow those. And then last, give your child some undivided attention. Set aside some time for each child, even if it's 10 or 20 minutes, where you can have some one-on-one time, and it makes a huge difference in their life. There you go. Those tips from, I deleted who it's from somebody on the internet. And I swear it's from them, not me. Coming up, we're going to talk about a smart car, kinda. It's on the way. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
This portion of the program is brought to you by DirecTV, 1-800-259-7646. Also brought to you by RVWheelator.com. If you're buying an RV or selling an RV, check out RVWheelator.com and the Dollar Shave Club. Here's John and Heidi.
We have smartphones. Well, how about smart cars? Talking to your car would seem weird right now, and it'd be even weirder if your car would talk back, but that could be the norm. We could all have a Knight Rider like Kit. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Michael. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
Honda, with the help of IBM Corporation, they're preparing to introduce an improved speech recognition system that will allow their drivers to get voice navigation guidance without having to manually punch anything in. That way they don't have to take their eyes off the road. Using embedded IBM software, the system can provide voice guidance for more than 1.7 million street and city names in the U.S. of A. It also offers audible directions and reviews to nearby restaurants. The command and control capabilities for audio, climate control, and other functions. The new system could come standard equipment in many new vehicles in the future. So you could have a car that when you're driving down the road, you could say, where are we? It could say, oh, hey, here's where we are. Huh. You just have to ask, and it'll tell you. Or you could say, hey, can you please turn up the heat? I can do that. Thank you so much. So that's a cool idea.
That doesn't seem like that's too out of the realm of possibility. Like, I mean, I could see that happening like now.
That's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
Hey, something else that we're going to talk about in a second. Could a roller coaster help you get pregnant? What is going on at this theme park? That story and much more on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by GunUp.com. If you're a gun lover, you'll be in heaven at GunUp.com. Built by experienced military veterans, shooting sports competitors, and publishing professionals. They have awesome stories and articles that are read by millions of gun enthusiasts. Check it out at GunUp.com.
When I was a kid, I used to go to the fair and any opportunity to go to like a theme park. I loved going on the rides, and I'm a fan of the roller coaster, and you are too.
I love roller coasters.
But could a roller coaster help you get pregnant? Do you think the answer is yes or no?
I'm assuming it's yes.
Nadine Elbing, it's a fun name to say, thought she couldn't have children, but she found herself pregnant 1 week after she and her husband went for a ride on the Expedition G-Force. It's one of the world's fastest roller coasters. This is at an amusement park in Germany. Her doctor thinks the G-force of the roller coaster helped her get pregnant.
So if you want to get pregnant, go to that
thing.
theme park and find the G-spot.
The G-force. No, would you stop it? G-force. G-E-F-O-R-C-E. I might even be saying it might be G-force. It's in Germany. And why did I know you were going to do that? Anyway, so she thinks that might have helped. I know what else might have helped. Maybe, actually, no, never mind. I just move on. I don't want to get into it. Thanks for listening. I'm uncomfortable. You're tuned in to the John and Heidi Show.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. You can get razors sent to your door each month for just $1 plus a couple of bucks shipping. It's an amazing deal. Log on to dollarshaveclub.com/radio to learn more. That's dollarshaveclub.com/radio. Now, back to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
Look out, everybody. The day may come when you see even better than you see right now. Not only 20/20 vision for everybody, but how about 2010? That is the limit on our vision. And it could be the norm for the world, Heidi. What is your vision right now? Do you know?
Well, with my glasses, it should be 20/20.
All right. Well, I don't know what the...
I have. It's not good without them. I know that much for sure.
Eyeglasses of the future will not only be able to restore your vision, but they might be able to make your vision superior to the average person. David Williams, a vision scientist at the University of Rochester in New York, says that glasses of the future will give people supervision. Using technology similar to astronomy telescopes, wow, I bet these things are going to look great. These new glasses will create super sharp images. The wearer will approach the theoretical limit of 2010 vision, where you can see from 20 feet away what the average person could see 10 feet away.
Huh.
I must have pretty good long-term. What is it called? What's the one? The vision far away. I can read signs like a long ways away.
Yeah, you can. Even with my glasses, I can't read signs like you can.
We'll be somewhere, and she's like, "Well, where are we?" And I said, "Oh, we're approaching. What does that say? Chipmunk Boulevard or whatever."
Yeah.
She's like, "Whatever." And I'm like, "No, it's what it says on the sign." We get up there. Oh, it is Chipmunk Boulevard. That may be a fake boulevard, but either way. So. Whatever that is, I already have that. So I should just say, hey, I'm going to lend my eyes to science, use them, because I don't need them anymore. I have everything made, and I'll go with regular people eyes. You guys can take mine now. So you think that'll work?
Probably not, no.
Probably not. They wouldn't want my eyes. They wouldn't. I'm a donor for all this stuff. When I die, they're going to be like, we don't want any of your stuff. What are you talking about? No way. All right, coming up, we've got some good news to share, some fun stuff. We always try to talk about something positive to end the program. There's some negativity on this show from time to time.
Sometimes.
Because we talk about dumb people doing dumb things. We always try to find the silver lining, but we always end the program with a silver lining for sure. And maybe the most positive thing is the fact that the show's almost done.
This portion of the program is brought to you by DirecTV. Call 1-800-259-7646. They have hundreds of channels to choose from, with many packages to fit your viewing desires. Learn more at 1-800-259-7646.
And we always try to end this program with some good news. Take a listen to this good news. I think this is really cool. Turns out, all you naysayers who dismissed the Ice Bucket Challenge from last summer as hashtag activism, you were wrong. According to Vice's Mike Pearl, The $100 million in funding that the challenge generated has led to ginormous breakthroughs in our understanding of what actually causes ALS. And Heidi, you were wrong. It was not ice water. Remember that? That was one of the funniest things ever. Last year when this was a big thing, we were talking about it. Heidi smiled, which always makes me really nervous. And she said, wouldn't it be ironic if ice cold water is what caused this? I'm like, yeah, that would be very ironic. But it's not. And this new understanding of what causes ALS is now helping for them to come up with treatments. Researchers now report that ALS, a fatal neurodegenerative disease that causes the muscles in the body to deteriorate, is caused by a defective protein, and stem cell therapy has shown promising results in lab tests. Jonathan Ling, medical researcher at Johns Hopkins, stated funding from the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge has been instrumental in helping scientists break new scientific ground. So for those of you who were a part of that, whether you were in one of the videos or if you just donated to help make the thing stop. Do you remember how long that? It was like every day.
It was getting so
We did an ice bucket challenge, and you, by the way, cheated because you never did get ice water on you. What she did is she dumped her ice water on me and then dumped my ice water on me. That was not fair at all. But anyway, big thank you to people who did make donations to that $100 million funding challenge last year. That was just amazing. I'm
glad to hear that it's doing something.
It did something very good.
I was thinking, this is so ridiculous. This is such a waste.
Very proud, because I remember when this first came out last year, we were talking about it going, okay, most people don't know what this is.
Right.
And people were jumping on the bandwagon, not even knowing why they were doing it.
Right.
But the good news is there is a silver lining.
That's good.
They raised money.
I'm very glad to hear
led
that.
to breakthroughs, and how awesome is that? So let's start another challenge of some kind. I don't know what it is. Hot sauce challenge. Huh? Want to do that? No?
No.
You just looked at me like that was a dumb idea. There's probably somebody already doing that. All right. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for joining us. You are listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Time now for the bonus break. Only available here on the John and Heidi Show podcast.
And the bonus break is brought to you by the Dollar Shave Club. You can get razors sent right to your door for just $1 a month. And then there's shipping included is $2 more. So it's $3 a month, and they'll bring those razors right to you. So for $3 a month, you are in some awesome razors. You can also upgrade to really good ones. There's a $6 level, which are several more blades. Or go with the executive ones that I hoard for myself. You guys don't get them.
I know. I never get to use those.
I don't let you guys use those. They're good ones. Hey, it's like the fine china. I keep that in a separate place. But the really good razors are only $9 a month. So it's still less than you spend if you go to the store and get them. It's a great deal. Go to dollarshaveclub.com/radio. As we take a look over here, I've got, I'm going to set this aside for a moment. I've got the thing from Dollar Shave Club we'll go through. But first, recent classified ads. These are real classified ads. Following were taken from...
I like these.
Yeah. Number one on the list. Amana washer, $100. Owned by a clean bachelor who seldom washed.
Wow.
Next one. Free puppies. Part German Shepherd, part other dog. For sale, 83 Toyota Hunchback, $2,000.
Hunchback.
Meant hatchback. German Shepherd, 85 pounds, neutered, speaks German, free.
Speaks German.
It barks in German, I'm sure. Next, Shakespeare's Pizza, free chopsticks.
Oh.
So they have pizza, but they give you chopsticks. What kind of pizza would that be? Hummel's, largest selection ever. If it's in stock, we have it. These are recent classified ads. Free farm kittens ready to eat.
Oh my gosh.
That is so funny. I'm sorry. I'm just imagining that they probably are used to posting things like melons and things like that that's ready to eat, and they accidentally put in free kittens ready to eat. All right. American flag, 60 stars, pole included, $100.
60 stars.
They got a lot of extra stars. There's 50 stars for those of you that don't know. All right. And final recent classified ad. Notice to the person or persons who took the large pumpkin on Highway 87 near Southside Storage, please return the pumpkin and be checked. Pumpkin may be radioactive. All other plants in the vicinity are dead. So somebody stole a pumpkin.
Somebody stole a radioactive pumpkin.
Apparently, a radioactive pumpkin was stolen by the Southside Storage on Highway 87, wherever that classified ad came from. All right, got a fun story to share before we dive into our little book over here. A convict in Newark, Delaware, escaped one night from a Delaware jail, prompting to police to contact local motels and hotels to warn them. Turns out the prisoner did indeed need a room for the night and entered a Travelodge motel. They required some sort of ID for him to get a room, so he presented them with his prison ID.
Oh.
It was a very good ID, though. The lodge knew exactly who he was. So,
Yeah, well, yeah.
so they said, we need to have some sort of ID, and he shows them his prison ID. And they're like, yeah, we'll give you a room. And they give him a room, and then they called the police, and they came and picked him up. So that was really really smart.
Not.
You're telling me somebody who broke the law and got caught wasn't smart? You're kidding me. You know, most people that break the law do get caught, so just don't do it. Now, we're back to the book here that I get from the Dollar Shave Club. They send this as a little bonus. Because they sponsor our bonus break, I'm sharing with you one of the bonuses you get by buying your razors from dollarshaveclub.com/radio. They'll send you this little book every month, and there's some fun stuff to read, and it's called Bathroom Minutes. So I guess it's designed to read while you're in the bathroom, but I'm going to read it on the program here. We were talking about sleep. We talked about power naps. We talked about sleeping late. Now, the next one is epic nap. Not good. It says, think twice about that mid-afternoon siesta. Long naps can trick your body into sleep inertia. That is the grogginess, the where am I sensation that you can get if you take a nap in the middle of the day. Besides making you feel like a drunken sailor, sleep inertia can lead to poor nighttime sleep quality and even insomnia. You know who a famous afternoon napper was?
Who's that?
Lyndon Johnson.
Really?
President. Yeah, he liked to take naps, apparently, in the afternoon. And I'm going to read this other one over here, too. It says...
I will say that I do feel that way after I take a nap.
Oh.
I can't sleep in the daytime.
Very rarely do I get sick. We've been married almost 16 years. How many times have I been sick? Like 4, if even?
Yeah.
Maybe even less than that. I don't get sick very often, but I do remember one time I wasn't feeling very well, so I came home at like 10 o'clock, and I went to sleep. I took a nap, and when I woke up, the clock said like 6:45, something like that, and it was during the wintertime, so it was kind of dark out. I didn't know if it was 6:45 a.m. or 6:45 p.m. I was so confused. I'm like, what time is it? It's 6:45. I'm like, what day is it? Where
am I?
I was
Who
like,
am I?
I got to get ready. I'm late for work. And you're like, no, it's 6:45 p.m. I'm like, oh, it's still Tuesday? It was the weirdest feeling ever because it felt like I slept all night long. I just slept, for a couple hours. But when I woke up, then I tried to go to sleep that night, and that didn't work so hot. So.
Yeah, I don't do well with afternoon naps. I can't do that.
Next one here. Early to bed is good. Midnight says midnight Godfather marathons are always tempting. But if you look good at the beach to look good at the beach this summer, you might want to DVR the trilogy and then watch it later. Hit the hay. And early bedtime has been shown to give you a boost in daytime energy, also known as workout fuel, making it easier to maintain a healthier weight by going to bed early. You know who's really bad at going to bed early?
You.
Yeah, I stay up late and then I get up early. That's probably bad. A famous early to bedder would be Ludwig van Beethoven. He went to bed early. He liked going to sleep early, apparently. And then he would, wake up early and make some beautiful music, wake everybody up. That is all from the Bathroom Minutes. And if you get your razors from the Dollar Shave Club, they'll mail one of these to you every month as well. It really is cool stuff. And I saw you tried throwing this one away. I fished it out because I was like, what are you doing? That's good stuff.
Well, it had been sitting in there forever. I thought you were
Well,
done
I just
with
hadn't
it.
had a chance to I was going to bring it here to read it. I wanted to pre-read it, of course, in the bathrooms. Did you guys need that information? Probably not. Hey, if you'd like to get that, and if you'd like to get razors, and if you'd like to be cool, all you got to do is go to dollarshaveclub.com/radio.